R2 Cents.
With Oscar.
Oh, here we go once more. This looks better on the other screen, so you're not looking at my face clearly. Anyways, welcome back to R2 Cents. It is I, Oscar. It is definitely Friday, and I'm hearing a lot of echo. I wonder if it's just in my headphones, but I hope you are not. And as I said, Friday the 10th. Here we go again. Let's be thankful for the National Day of Swap Ideas. There you go. I see it. All you have to do to be proactive rather than reactive is you got to share ideas with people. And that's what it's all about, sharing ideas. And that's the next. Did you hear how I said that? The NES. The NES. Yes, the NES. The next one is Happy National TV Dinner Day. Who doesn't love, is it called hungry? I don't know. I don't like those TV dinners. I really do enjoy mashed potatoes once a year, maybe during Thanksgiving. Anyways, so the subject today is fitness. And today, this was a subject that was near and how does the saying go? Near and dear in my heart. Because I got a lot into working out and doing all that good jazz, and there is a lot of people out there that are willing to share the information freely with others, just like there is a lot of people out there that won't take that information. But my lifestyle at one point, it was so unhealthy. I got as my height is what, 5'9". Yeah, I'm 5'9". I'm average height, I guess, if you want to call it. So I'm 5'9". Right now I'm on like 210ish. That's high. Where I want to be is at 190, 200. That's my goal to be at. But I'm not doing anything to reach it. So I'll be honest with that. Now, having said that, I got so much phlegm in my chest. But anyways, that's neither here. But I got super into it that it wasn't. It probably in like span of 6 months, I dropped from. I was 255 was my highest. I don't know why I keep trying to say 280. Why am I trying to say 280 still? Let me see. I keep trying to say that my highest was 200, but actually my highest was the last time I remember checking it when I was like, damn, I'm too big. I need to do something. It was 255. But I'm pretty sure from the time that I saw it to the time I actually decided to put my plan into action of getting healthy, it probably got me all the way to 60. But I don't know. But I managed to schedule a conversation with the coach, and we'll admit him to our room and have this conversation. There you go.
What up, man? Can you hear me?
Hey, how you doing? Man? I can hear you good now. Yeah, yeah, it's perfect. And
All
see
right,
you
cool.
perfect. How you doing? My name is Oscar. I told you that in the messages, right? But we didn't exchange any other words and just so let's schedule this, right? But I all I do is I like having conversations with different people and to learn what they do and to learn about what they share on their content. Um,
Uh huh.
and so I'll go ahead and I'll let you introduce yourself and let us know what you do and please plug your all your YouTube channels, your TikTok and your Instagram as well. Please go ahead and do that.
All right, for sure. All right, so my name is Carlos Ramos, 34 years old, born and raised in Miami, Florida. Now currently living in Houston, Texas. I've been here 5 years. What do I do? I'm full-time Army. I'm AGR, Active Guard Reserve. Been in the Army now for 3 years. First 2 years was reserve. This last past year has been active duty. And outside of that, part-time, I do Herbalife
Okay,
nutrition. So that's what I do on my part-time outside of the Army.
awesome.
And married, 3 kids, wife's Colombian. That's pretty much me. I'm Puerto Rican Cuban. It's
Oh,
pretty much
okay.
me in a nutshell.
You keeping it Latin, huh? All right, that's
Yeah.
nice, nice. That's nice. Yeah, I'm Salvadorian too. I probably should have mentioned that, if that's of any importance. So so I'm Central American. My wife is also Central American. So
Yeah.
yeah, I understand that side of
The Latin.
yeah. So that's awesome, man. It's where I was where I started the conversation by myself when I was started to talk. I was talking about health, and you mentioned that you do the Herbalife, right?
Uh
Um,
huh.
do you obviously the bell bar behind you, right? You do a lot of you work out a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I work out. I try to work out 2 times a day.
Oh,
That's the goal.
nice.
It doesn't always happen. But for the most part, I do wake up at 4:30 in the morning, so I can get my first workout in of the day. So if I don't get that second workout, it's all right because I at least got one for the day.
Damn,
So I try to run at least 2 to 3 miles every morning, and
sweet.
then do some cardio. And then at night, I usually hit up my strength training. So I got my own home gym. We just bought a house, so I just got my own home
Nice.
gym, invested in that.
Congratulations.
Uh, Appreciate it. So yeah, it kind of plays into it. You don't have to work out because you do Herbalife, but obviously a healthy mind and healthy body
Of
helps you out
course.
in the long run.
Yeah. What made you turn your mind into a healthier mindset?
So I was a cop, bro. At the age of 21, I became a
Oh
cop
shit.
down in Miami, and I did that for 5 years, and then I got fired. Um, for whatever reason, they called me up on a Friday. It was December 20th, 2013. Never forget it. My wife and kids were here in Texas on vacation, and my job calls me and was like, "Hey, man, so they just fired 4 cops, and I think you were one of them."
Oh
So I
wow.
was like, "All right, cool." They're like, "We'll call
Mm,
you back in 10 minutes to
to
confirmation
confirm.
for sure that it was you were one of the 4." So it was. I ended up getting terminated, whatever the case may be. I had a friend of mine that was doing Herbalife at the time, and he had just posted that how he just made $300 in like 10 minutes doing Herbalife, and I was
Okay.
like, bro, how do I get on this? Like, I need to make money now. I just lost my job, and he was like, well, first you need to get in shape because you're fat. Like there's no way, like straight up. It was a friend of mine. We used to play ball, and he was like, straight up, you're fat. You need to get in shape
That's
if
a
you want to, what I'm saying, if this is what you want to do.
that's a great
So I was
feedback.
like, yeah, right. So it was like, all right, cool,
What's
appreciate
the
it. I guess I
biggest?
needed that, right?
What's the biggest you got?
The biggest I was at 194 pounds. Mind you,
Oh,
I'm
come.
5'7".
Oh,
I'm 5'7", so 194. I had a nice little muffin top going. You know what I mean? I went from a size 32 going in. When I was 21 years old, I was a size 32, and then by the time I was the age 26, I was pushing a 38, 34, 38, 40. So
wow.
yeah,
Okay,
so I did.
that makes two. I'm 5'9", and 2 inches makes a big difference then because the biggest I got was a 255. Man, I'm telling you, I used to work at a warehouse at the time, right? I was sitting down driving the forklift, and I'm over here just relaxing, and I'm like, something doesn't feel right in my stomach and my chest. Why is my titties? Why do I feel them in my stomach? And that's when I was like, yo, this is not a good look. I need to do something about this because this is not good.
Facts,
And
facts,
apart
and
from
I mean,
that, yeah, I'm sorry. And apart from that, my health was not good at the time. There was always something aching. There was always something like or my sleep too wasn't even as good as it is now. So what were you gonna say? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah, no, and no, and body shaming is not something I do. Obviously, I don't tell people, oh, you're fat. You know, sometimes I do. Sometimes people need to hear that shit. Some people need to hear, hey, man, like you need to do something now because if you
Right.
don't do it now, 10 years from now, it's definitely going to take a bigger effect than what you started now. So I don't body shame, but yeah, I mean, nobody comfortably looks at themselves sometimes. Like you said, if your chest is touching your stomach, you're not sitting there like, yeah, bro, I feel amazing. At times, you're like you say, your body's aching, your sleep's off. You don't feel like you were younger. And then a lot of
Mhm.
people blame it on age. Oh no, it's just because you're getting older. No, man, because I'm 34 and I outrun all the young dudes in my unit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm one of the
Nice.
fastest times in the 2 mile. And I'm at 34 years old. I probably would outrun myself than my 21-year-old self.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean? So
bet. I bet.
age
Yeah.
age has nothing to do with it. It's just a matter of how your body feels. How you treat yourself is
Yeah.
how your body's gonna respond.
Your
So
physical
big
activity.
up on that now.
Yeah, your physical activity has a lot to do with how you feel. And you
Yep.
know what? A lot of us don't even take that into consideration because I remember, like, I can clearly remember it when I wasn't like not even paying attention to what I would eat. It was just just feed, just throw and throw and throw and throw at it, and
Because
no
you're Latin.
workout. Yeah, no workout, no nothing, and then that's what makes you feel comfortable. And you and the solution for that when you see yourself starting getting bigger is like, all right, I'm gonna get bigger clothes now. It's
Yeah,
not
exactly.
your mind never comes to like, all right, I gotta lose weight. The first thought is like,
Exactly.
what do I get bigger?
Yeah. Oh man, I went from a medium. I gotta go get an extra large now. And in the Latin community, you know what I'm saying? Like I grew up. I'm pretty sure you grew up the same way. With you got to eat everything that's on your plate. Like
Yeah.
your mom fed you 4 scoops of rice, beans. You know
That's
what I mean?
all
Like
gotta
it was,
go.
and you can't get up until that food's gone. So and then as you get bigger, your family's like, "Oye, pero tú estás poniendo gordo." You know what I'm saying? Like you get a little chunky there, and it's like, "But y'all tell me I was skinny." So y'all don't make no sense, man. Like, am I fat or am I skinny? Like, which is the
they're
happy
always
median for
they're
them?
always criticizing one, right?
Facts, facts, facts.
Yeah, yeah, I know. But like lately, I'm gonna be honest with you. Lately, I've lost a lot of the drive for the exercise because when when I got really into exercising, I wasn't doing anything other than just exercise and my regular job. But that job didn't require me to be at the job the certain a lot of hours. But now I'm doing this. I do the podcast, and this takes quite a lot of my time, and I'm
I
not
can imagine.
complaining about it. I enjoy it. I have fun doing this. But the job that I have today requires me to spend a lot of hours at that job. I do construction, so sometimes it's just 12,
Okay.
10 hours a day, and the timing is like, all right, I'll leave at 5 in the morning, come back at 5 at home. Like right now, I just got home and I just got to do this, because I don't want to miss a beat on this because I at least want to do 2 a week. I was saying, and just to keep myself going. But the motivation for exercising, I've lost it. So what do you do to maintain that motivation always of just going to gym?
It plays in a lot of different things. So just having your goals set out for you, right? Like
Of
sometimes
course.
I would put my goals on the mirror, what my goal weight is and what my current weight is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'll walk around the house with no shirt on just to see what I look like. You know what I mean? And the mirror, let me tell you, the mirror is like your homeboy. It ain't gonna lie
Yeah.
to you. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you know,
So
you
the
know what?
the mirror,
When I was working out a lot, I used to enjoy walking around the house with no shirt on. But like I said,
yeah.
right now I fell off a lot, and it's noticeable. But right now I hardly enjoy having my shirt off right now because it's like, ew. Like I got to do something about that.
So it's more of that personal dedication, and a lot of people think dedication like that Kobe Bryant Mamba mentality. Like
Right.
people think that he was born with it. In reality, he developed that. That's something that
Yeah.
you have to develop, and it doesn't have to be at a young age. Like you don't have to be a child to develop a determination like that. You can today start tomorrow.
Hmm.
To wake up tomorrow. I'm gonna wake up just an hour earlier. Maybe you go for a walk. You don't have to run 3 miles. You know what I mean? You can run. You can walk a mile. You can then slowly increase that. So I tell people find what works for them, right? Find the little motivation that you can do, whether it be maybe going an hour, go to sleep an hour later, right?
Hmm.
Or waking up an hour earlier. A lot of people complain about the time, right? The time is what kills everybody. I don't have time to work out. We do.
Yeah.
You just got to you're going to have to sacrifice something to get it done.
Yeah. And
right. So for instance, with your podcast, look, you have to sacrifice the minute you come home, jumping right up on it. You can't relax. You can't kick off your boots like you normally would, chill in the AC, maybe get a glass of water or soda, whatever it may be for you. And it's work, right? So it's consistent work.
It is. Yeah. And you know, that's what most of us don't understand. Damn, I lost my train of thought. My bad. This is what I do. This happens in every conversation, so I apologize. So I have to apologize again. Where were we again? Shit.
Determination.
Yes, determination. See, I made you lose your train of thought too, right? Anyways. Jesus. Exercising. Most of us don't understand the importance till it's like too late. And fortunately for me, you know, I found it before it was too late. And my wife can vouch for this too as well. She would have a lot of back pain and like she would get like throbbing pain on her legs. And can you see me good? Hello? Yeah. I lost you there for a second.
Yeah, I can see. You not hear me? I can see you.
No, you're freezing. It's maybe.
Let me see. Is it my Wi-Fi? No, I'm on the Wi-Fi.
Okay, no, we're good. I don't know what it was. Anyways, it's working fine now.
All right.
I was saying that my wife used to get this back pains, and when we both started working out, like all of that went away. Like, but you know, most of us think about being healthy is just exercising, right? But we don't think about nutrition. And if we only exercise, but there's no nutrition, then pretty much it's just like you're just doing the work for nothing, pretty much.
Thanks.
Right. I mean, it's a little helpful. It helps a little bit, but it's better than to do it than not to do it. But you also got to take into consideration the food that you ingest, the sugars that you ingest. And for people that are on a budget, like I used to be for a long time, I used to be on a really tight budget. I'm still on a budget, but like, it's not as tight as it used to be. For those people, it's so easy. It's a lot easier for them to get a cheeseburger because it's so much cheaper than to go buy something at the grocery to make it yourself. But I'm also thinking about this right now that I'm saying this. I'm also thinking that sometimes it makes it cheaper too to buy it. You just got to know what the things to buy as well too, right?
Yes. So a lot of people, for instance, like you said, it's cheaper to go buy a hamburger than it is to buy a salad at the same fast food restaurant, right? A hamburger or a cheeseburger costs you $39 or $99 cents, right? $1 cheeseburger. Of course, yeah. And then the salad costs you $3, and you're wondering why does the salad cost more if it's just lettuce and it's not even like real protein, right?
Yeah.
So it's cheaper to go to the grocery store, and I'm going to tell people why. Because that one meal that you spend $5 on, I can buy $10 now and have cooked for the week. I could cook for 2 to 3 days. So now I just meal prepped, and what I thought was more saving me money with going to the fast food restaurant is not only hurting my full health, my arteries, my cholesterol, my everything. I could have made that same burger, maybe 2, 3, 4 burgers, because when you buy a patty of burgers, it comes with 4 or 8 of them. So now you have 4 to 8 burgers that you can make one every day, right? So it's just a matter of decisions, like what is going to be better for me long term.
Right.
Sometimes we have to invest in ourselves first in order to realize what the input is in order to get the best output.
Yeah.
The fast food restaurant is not the best input. I mean, it's convenient. Now, don't get me wrong. Do I go to McDonald's and Burger King with my kids? Of course. I got kids.
There's nothing wrong with a burger.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like they like pizza. They like, McDonald's and Burger King, Chick-fil-A, God's chicken. You know what I'm saying? Like they like all that stuff.
So you said God's chicken? What is God's chicken?
Chick-fil-A is like God's chicken. Bro.
Oh, I get it. Okay. Wow, that went way over my head. I apologize.
You know what I mean? So like you have to be still that parent. You can't be the robot and expect your kids to be the robot, but you can teach them how to be a healthier, active lifestyle. My kids eat ground turkey, they eat salmon, they eat fish, they eat, you know what I mean? Like they eat brown rice and vegetables because we're teaching them now that what you put into your body really matters, because how you expect to get the best out of your body if you don't put the best in it? Put oil in your gas tank and see if your car runs tomorrow.
Oh, it's not going anywhere.
Dude, you know what I mean? Like,
you know what I do with my kids? I let them have not as much, but whatever sweets they want. Not all they
Uh-huh.
want, but whatever they want. But I also, while they're having it, this might be an asshole move, but I keep telling them why this is bad, and maybe you shouldn't eat it, but yes, it tastes as good because once in a while is okay. And I don't know, do you do something similar to that or?
We call it healthy moderations, right? So you can have chocolate, right? But you can't have chocolate every day. Why? Because you'll rot your teeth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you can have chocolate. Like my kids love Nutella sandwiches,
Oh,
like
I
just
love them
straight
too.
Nutella with sandwiches. Bro, that is not healthy for
Of
your mouth.
course,
You know
that's
what I
so
mean?
much
But
sugar.
but every now and then, yeah, if you want a Nutella sandwich, go have one. But you're not gonna have one every day of the week for lunch.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have one every. You're not gonna have two a day. So yeah, you
Of
do tell them
course.
the importance of good nutrition, why we eat the way we eat, why do we work out, not because we want to be that perfect six pack rocking body, but because you want to feel good. You want to be the best version for yourself,
Yeah.
and then for whoever it is that you're with, right? For that may be your spouse, it may be your family, it might be your kids. Imagine not being able to play soccer with your kids or football or basketball because you're out of shape and out of breath.
Oh, I think
Like
about that.
that's what
it.
I'm saying. Like that sucks, bro. Like
Yeah.
to be like, oh no, I can't play. Why? Because I'm gassed. I'm out of
Yeah.
shape.
My legs hurt or something like
Yeah,
that.
you know what I mean? Like my back, I got back problems. A lot of the problems, like you said, is self-inflicted. Right? You
It's
can
all
take care of that by
inflammation.
drinking more water, eating more vegetables, having more protein-based foods. It's just a matter of mindset.
Yeah.
Anybody can make a change to be better. You just have to be wanting to change. That's it.
Yeah. That's what's missing from everybody. The want, the
Yeah, the
desire.
want.
Yeah, the desire to
The
to.
same desire you have to go get McDonald's. Make that a priority to go have a healthy meal 2 to 3 times a week and less healthier meals 2 to 3 times a week. 7 days in a week. So
Yeah.
4 days out of the three you're eating healthier. That's a start. It's not the best start, but it's a start. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And don't beat yourself up for the things that you're not doing correctly every day. Like you
Yeah.
have to be okay with, okay, I messed up today. I had way too much soda, or I might have had, two greasy burgers. I could have only ate one,
Yeah.
but I had two of them.
Just
You
pick
know what
up
I
where
mean?
you left off. Just pick it up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's a new day. You don't have to continue that. And that's what a lot of people do. January 1st, what does everybody do? New
Oh, it's
Year's
my goal.
resolution,
Yeah.
right?
I'm gonna get
Everybody
healthy. I'm gonna get fit.
everybody has a New Year resolution. And then as soon as that first week, that weekend hits and they mess up, that's it. Now their whole New Year's is gone and they're waiting for January 1st of the next year to
To
get
do it
started
again.
again. And it's like, what are you doing? It was only one weekend. Don't ruin the whole year for one weekend.
That
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like put your mindset, tomorrow's a new day. Start fresh. Wake up again early tomorrow and
Do it again.
attack the day like you're supposed to.
Yeah.
It's just mindset, man.
Yeah, it's all it takes. It's just changing your mind too. A lot of things changed for me when I started actually paying attention to my physical and my gut health because I think uh I think I was a lot of super irrational back then because I wouldn't even think about what type of food I would ingest. Like I say, it was just if it's pleasurable for my stuff for my mouth, I'm gonna
Yeah.
eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
And
that's what
that
I
and
was
that's
gonna say earlier when I lost my train of thought. Jesus. I was gonna say that a lot of us enjoy that mouth pleasure instead of fuel.
yeah.
Food should be seen as fuel instead of just pleasure. That's what I was trying to say.
Exactly. And I mean, like I said, we're all guilty of it, right? Like
Yeah.
we're all guilty of having that. Oh man, that McDonald's burger looks way better than the burger I can make at home. Or you could say that McDonald's burger is good, but this burger I make at home can be even better.
You know what?
Like I could spice
I'm
it up.
gonna disagree with that comment you just made because I don't think that the burger that I make at home it's comparable to the ones that they sell at McDonald's because I enjoy the ones I make at home more. Sure, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I don't enjoy the McDonald's burger, right, the cheeseburger, because I really
Facts.
do. But the ones that I enjoy at home, I prefer to make them at home than to go out and get them. That's
So
uh, that's what's changed in me too. At least for now, that's noticeable.
so what I tell people is that a lot of the times the food you make at home is the effort you put into it, right?
Yeah.
So when I make dinner at home for my kids, it's the love I put into the food, knowing that I'm giving them good nutrition and I want to take care of their health for the long term, right?
Yeah.
Rather than going to a fast food restaurant that the employee does not care if my kid has a good meal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You know what I'm
that gets
saying? I
passed
care.
on. Yeah, that gets passed on through the meal too, some way, somehow.
You know
Because
what I'm saying?
yeah, you could be
And then
eating the same food that your wife made you, that somebody else made him, and it was just like, yeah, it was good, but it was food, you know. But you come home and you eat the one that your wife made or your significant other made, then that one tastes way better because of the love that they put into making it for you.
yep,
Yeah,
exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
So you said you were a cop too, right? How long were you a cop
Yeah,
for?
I was a
Can you
cop for
talk
five
about
years,
that
bro.
or you?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay,
I,
for
I
five
mean,
years.
I was a cop for 5 years. I started. I've always wanted to be a cop, and I want to say that I thought it was because it was the only way that I can affect change in the world. Right? I wanted to be a cop since I was 6 years old, and it was not only the uniform and all the cool little Batman gadgets you get
Right.
to wear, around your belt, but it was the fact that I can personally impact a kid's life,
All
right?
right.
Like kids look up to police officers
They
and they
do.
look up to
Yes.
firemen, and
Yeah.
being able to go to schools and talk about my career and how I could come on a scene and save a life and I can help somebody from a car accident. So it was always like customer service. I've always wanted to be in customer service. So when I
Okay.
finally got that opportunity at the age of 21, I was like, bro, this is it. Like this is life. My life is set forever. Like I'm gonna be a cop for the rest of my life. Unfortunately, 5 years later, it was cut short by somebody else,
Well, I mean,
right?
yeah, you got to
And
pick up
and
where
the
you
the
left
story
off again, right?
the story that I got was it was an administrative termination not involving misconduct. So I was like, so I didn't do anything bad, but you're still firing me.
That makes no
Does that
sense.
make that
Wait,
it didn't make any sense at the time?
was there no way of you could you continuing that career path in another department or?
So I tried for 2 years. I tried to apply to different agencies all throughout the state of Florida, and because of whatever that one department put in my file, for some reason I wasn't getting the job, and I blamed it on myself for a lot of reasons. And then it took me a while to understand that it wasn't. There was nothing wrong with me. It had everything to do with God didn't want that for my life anymore.
Okay.
Like that just wasn't my path anymore. Like
Okay. Yeah.
I was given the opportunity to do that, and now I had to understand that that door might be closed forever, and it's time to move on. Because at the age
Mm,
of 26, I figured my life was over. How am I going to provide? I had two kids at the time. I had my wife. I had an
yeah.
apartment. I had two cars. I'm like, how am I going to provide for these people if I'm not a cop? The only thing I know how to be is a cop.
Yeah.
And my wife was like, don't worry about it. God would provide it. And at that time, I really wasn't heavy in my faith. So
Mm.
I was like, bro, if he would provide, then why did I get fired? You know what I mean? Like I was just blaming everything else, but trying to not understanding that maybe he saved me. Maybe the reason why I'm here at the age of 34 is because I'm no longer a cop. You know what I
Maybe.
mean? So
Maybe.
when I
Yeah.
got to
Could be.
Houston, I applied. When I got to Houston, I applied too. I was like, man, it's a new state. Let me try it here.
You
And the
still didn't
same
pan
thing.
out.
I got all the way to the Chiefs review, and for whatever reason, I got told no.
Yeah.
So after that, I just told the wife, you know what? That door is forever closed, and I'm okay with that. Like now, I can live with that decision that I've tried my best,
Yeah.
and that door is just closed. So
Yeah.
I ended up joining the army, bro. Like I said, I've been in there for 3 years, and I've continuously done Herbalife
Oh,
throughout the
you're still
time.
active in the army, though.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
still
that's right.
active in the
Oh,
army.
okay. That's good. Okay, good. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm still active in the
Were you
army.
when you were a police officer? Were you just patrolling, or where were you?
So when I was a cop, I did everything, bro. Like it was a small department of like 35 people. So I was part of the SWAT team. I was part
Oh,
of the bike
nice.
patrol. I was part of the honor guard. I was an FTO. I used to train the new soldiers. I was part of the traffic unit. So I literally almost did everything. And then my last assignment was a detective. So
Okay. Nice. Any crazy? I'm pretty sure you get this question by everybody that finds out you're a cop. Like any crazy stories, right?
man, crazy stories. Yeah, I mean, we got a bunch of them. I've
What's the one that if anybody asks you like, what do you remember the most out of that was the most traumatizing that you remember of? I probably shouldn't be
it
asking you that, but anyways.
it would have to be either the traffic crashes that end in deaths, or there was this one time I responded to a call and an infant had died, and at that time, the infant was the same age as my oldest son.
Oh, geez, that hit
Yeah, man.
home.
So it hit home really hard, bro. Like it was just going into the house, seeing the baby there, not responsive. There was nothing we could do, and it was just like watching the mom hold the baby for 8 hours straight, crying to bring him back to life. And it was just it hit home so bad that as soon as I got home, I grabbed my son and I was like, "Yo, like we have to legit watch everything you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it kicked in that extra parent skill. You already knew to take care of the kid, but watching that happen, and then because the kid died from SIDS, like he fell asleep, he was sick, laying on his face, he couldn't
Oh,
breathe, so it was crazy, right? It was just my, and I told my wife when I got home, no more sleeping on their stomachs, like always on his back, like make sure you check on him every 5 minutes if he's gonna go. Like it was to an extreme, and she was like, "Hey, listen, I get it. You know, you're worked up. You just got home from this traumatizing scene." She's like,
of
"Well, it's
course,
okay.
yeah.
It's not your kid. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like bad to say, but she was like, "Your son is okay.
Yeah,
Like
but I
we're
mean, yeah, it
he's
brought you
fine right
out
now."
though. Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like trying to calm me down from this. Like it wasn't your baby that was there. I know you might have thought it was, but it's not. He's here. He's home. He's safe, and everything's okay. And it's a lot of toll that one takes on as a police officer that a lot of people don't understand. Like a lot
yeah,
of people think that being a cop is just making bad decisions and arresting people and killing the wrong people and stuff like that. And there is bad cops in the world. There is,
yeah.
and there's great cops in the world as well. And
But
we
you know
can't
what?
control
Yeah, you know
who
what?
becomes a cop.
Yeah, those great cops don't get any light at all. The only ones that get the light are the bad cops, and that's why it
Uh,
seems like all of them are bad. And,
exactly. And
yeah,
I get it. In that profession, you're not supposed to have bad apples, but nobody shows you who they really are in an interview, right? When
how
you
are you
go for
gonna
an
know? Yeah,
when you go for an interview, or when you go to take an exam, you're giving them the best version of you. You're in a suit and tie. You're
yeah,
answering all the questions the way you think you want them to. There's countless of books on how to beat the polygraph, countless of books on how to beat the psychological exam, countless of books on how to do the best in an interview. So when you're interviewing somebody for a job, right? Let's just say you want to hire you own the construction company and you're hiring me, or you're interviewing me. I'm gonna give you the best version of me, man. Man, I'm
yeah,
never late, bro. I'm always on time. I'm a team player. I'm willing to work. I'm gonna go the extra mile. And you're like, yeah, bro, this sounds great, bro. You're
yeah.
like the best
I'm
employee
I'm I'm
ever.
gonna give you a chance.
Yeah, but meanwhile, I could be a shitty person, never make it to work on time. I might still, you know what I mean?
You don't
So
get
it's
along with others.
you're giving that person the opportunity because of what they showed you from that first impression. Now, some
Yeah,
people give you that first impression like, oh no, you are not going to be on my in my business because of how you came to me the first time I saw you.
yeah. You think those
So
people are like the people like that are more real than the other ones that try to fake it?
I believe so, and to an extent, for somebody to go to an interview and actually give you who they really are, like I commend that. You're 100%. That's awesome. Now you might not ever get a job because you're not
You're an asshole.
you're an asshole. You know what I mean? Like you tell people straight up, I don't like people, bro. Like I don't talk to people. Don't fuck with me. I show up late. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Yeah,
not. Don't actually do the extra, bro. Like nobody wants to hire that employee.
yeah,
Everybody wants to hire the go getter, the one that goes the extra mile. Until you really find out, damn, I hired this guy, bro, and he does not do what he said he was going to do in the interview.
yeah,
So that's why I think people fail to realize that becoming a cop, you go through the same process as you would do any other job. Yeah, there's a little extensive test, psychological and stuff like that. But look, how many times has a cop been labeled bad, but he passed the psychological,
plenty
he passed the
times. Yeah,
polygraph, he passed the physical, he passed the police academy. So you're telling me it took 5 people that missed that he was a bad person, four to
yeah.
five people.
And maybe the officer wasn't a bad person, but throughout like the trauma that we were speaking of, like you seeing the kid that was your son's age, right? Like all that trauma takes effect too, takes a toll into the officer's life as well. So
Yeah,
the person who they were when they got hired, they're probably not, because as you know, we're all changing constantly every day, right? So the person
yeah,
you were 2-3 days ago, you're not it
not the
anymore.
same.
So
Nope.
it's the same thing with us. So how do you? It's hard for them to figure out how to weed out those bad apples or those good apples that will turn bad. So yeah,
Exactly. I mean, everybody deals with stress differently. Nobody deals with stress the same way. What may be stressful for me might not be stressful for you, or you might be able to handle it a little bit better than I can.
oh, I'm
You could
pretty
probably
sure.
make better.
I'm pretty sure it's the other way around. You being in the army, that stress you could probably take. I cry over my spilled drink every time. So.
Oh, so do I. If I spill my tea, bro, if I spill my Herbalife tea, bro, best believe there's some curse words going on, bro. I'm throwing shit around the house. I'm mad, bro. If I spill my tea.
Who the fuck did this for?
Yeah, yeah.
No, but yeah, but the people don't take into consideration all those things that happen, and who do you blame in reality? one person could say you could blame the public for not following the laws that are into place so that everybody could get along, but the other ones you could blame the cop for trying to push the law more to the
Than what it should
teeth.
be.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, the whole George Floyd thing,
Mm-hmm.
bro, honestly, man, if he would have moved his knee an inch, bro, move your knee an inch and none of this would even happen, bro. It's as simple of listening to people. You know what I'm saying? The man was telling you I couldn't breathe. It's as simple as move your knee, bro. You could have kept the same position on the gentleman, just move your knee down.
Yeah.
And you could still maintain that hold on that person. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was ways of fixing that. But obviously that person didn't want it to be fixed.
Yeah.
Now,
mean,
will I also blame the other cops as well? Because somebody could have stepped in and said, yo, man, hey, he said he can't breathe. Somebody should have stepped up.
yeah.
Right. So
nobody else
that
did.
Instance, everybody takes fault, right? Because somebody else could have stepped up, right? Somebody else could have said, hey, bro, you hear them, he can't breathe, bro. Even if he's lying to you, bro, move.
But yeah, you know what?
You can always readjust.
Right. In that scenario, you could probably speak on it better than I can. But this is what I think. This is my personal thought, right?
Uh-huh.
So I think that if one cop, if another fellow officer goes up to the other fellow officer and says something to them, it'll seem like they're undermining the authority of your fellow officer. So that's why probably they don't want to say nothing because they don't want to undermine the other fellow officer in front of the people. You know, they don't want to make him look bad. In other words, that's all I'm saying. Yeah,
and that could be 100% true, and to an extent, right? And now look, all three of you are facing charges because of what? One of you didn't want to step up and say something. I'd rather have that fight in the back of the cruiser at the back of the station later as to why you checked me in front of people, rather than now we're all in handcuffs and I'm facing life in prison. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, like I told you, that tough conversation needs to be had. So I have those tough conversations with my clients. I used to have those tough conversations with coworkers as a cop. Hey, bro, that's not the right thing to do. No, I'm not. I'm not down with that because I'm not going to jail for you.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm gonna go to jail for anybody, it's for my family first.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not going to jail for somebody else that dictates whether or not that we go to. No. It's not. There's protocols for a reason. Everything has a protocol, right? And the protocol would have been simply move your knee. The protocol for the other officers, their moral and human thing should have been, hey man, move your knee, bro. Hey, just move your knee. Because we're not taught in the academy to take people's breath away. We're not taught in the academy to kill people.
Yeah.
I mean, you're taught to stop a threat if you feel threatened. He was not feeling threatened at that time. So there was no need for him to, you know what I'm saying? He was already handcuffed. So there's training that goes into this, right? And it was just, like I said, you just can't change what that officer wanted to do that day, but somebody else could have stepped up. In my opinion, this, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, as a former cop, my opinion, I would have done it way differently, but I wasn't there.
Right.
But to blame the whole department and to blame the whole nation for what that cop did is wrong.
Yeah, that's definitely right. Yeah, it's because it's all like all it is just one bad apple, and it's making everything look bad. And like I said, like you said, I should say, like you say that now all of them are in handcuffs because nobody wanted to stand up to be like, hey man, like come on, like you got to do something about this. Yeah,
somebody's got to step up. Eventually, at the end of the day, like as a man, you'd be, if that was one of your friends, let's just say it was just a normal fight in the street, but like, yo, bro, stop beating him up, bro. He's done. Like, he's not moving. He's not fighting back. You know what I'm saying? Like, at some point, it's like, bro, chill. That's it. Like, what are you trying to do? You trying to kill him? Like, you trying to go to jail? You know what I mean?
Trying to prove.
So it's almost like as a human, like, yo, bro, chill. What are you doing? That's it. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
It should have, somebody should have said that's it, bro. We're gone. We've gone too far.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, cops are outnumbered by people.
Yeah.
Think about it.
That's what I've always thought. Of course. Yeah. I've always thought about that.
Cops are outnumbered by people. If the world was to go crazy, there's not enough cops in the world to take care of that.
And there's so many bullets on that Glock, right? Is it a Glock?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, depending on the department. Some departments use Berettas and different Smith & Wesson, so it all depends on the department. But you only can carry so many rounds. Yeah. There's only so many rounds you can carry, right? Yeah. And before eventually somebody gets a hold of you. So there's no point of causing that ruckus. Like, at the end of the day, this is how you feed your kids. Why would you jeopardize that? That's how I look at it. Like, this is how I feed my family. I'm not jeopardizing nothing that puts food in my kid's mouth.
Yeah.
But not everybody thinks that way.
Yeah, of course. And it's also easier said than done too, you know, because like I mentioned the trauma too.
And
Yeah.
everybody can Monday morning quarterback. We can all sit back and talk about the situation now because we're not in it,
Yeah.
right? Or you could say, oh, what I would have done, okay, but you weren't there, so we don't know really if you would have done that or not.
Yeah.
So we can all give our good opinions, and
Mm-hmm.
that's really what it is. It's an opinion. Nobody cares. In reality, my
Yeah.
opinion doesn't matter. Your opinion doesn't matter.
No,
It
but
happened. It happened.
it is what
To
it
the
is.
George Floyd family, obviously, I feel super sorry for them. But you know, what I'm saying it is what it is. But thank God, justice was served regardless. Like
Yeah.
good, bad, and
Fortunately,
indifference,
for,
justice was served as far as that.
of
A man
course.
had to die, unfortunately, and it sucks. And I hate it, bro, because I try not to have that conversation with people because I was a cop, so people automatically think, oh, you're always going to defend the cops. No, in that case, no, they're wrong. Like they're
Yeah.
wrong. I'm telling you, they're wrong.
Yeah.
Like it
What's
was
right
wrong.
is right, and what's wrong is wrong, and
What's wrong
obviously,
is wrong. Exactly.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, not to talk about, you know,
No, don't worry about it. It's that's gonna go in history though. All those events.
yeah,
That's
and it sucks. You know what I'm saying? That it goes into history the wrong way
yeah.
instead of the
Unfortunately.
right way, and it puts a different outlook on that profession that should be honored like that. That's a great bro. You know what it is that I used to think about it, bro. I used to put on a bulletproof vest every night and go leave my family to protect somebody else.
Yeah.
Like I put
That's the
my life
crazy
on the
about
line
that
and
job.
possibly not come home tonight for somebody that doesn't care if I make it home or not. I make a traffic stop and be the last traffic stop I make because
Mm-hmm.
somebody doesn't want to go to jail.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what
Somebody
I mean?
has a
Like it.
problem with the idea of a cop. You know that
So,
could be the ending of life. Yeah. Unfortunately.
but yeah,
How do we fix that problem though? You know, there's the laws are there, but people don't follow them. But it's just crazy.
how do you fix it? It's an ongoing battle. Like it has to come from both sides. It can't
Yeah.
just be the cops enforcing the laws and everybody's just breaking them. You know what I mean? Like not everybody has a camera, so okay, so that helps a little bit, right? You get to get all angles of the story rather than just the cops' word of mouth
Mm-hmm.
over your word of mouth. Everybody has a camera now, but
Yeah.
we still have to come to that even median where if we just stop breaking the law, the cops could do more patrolling and have to do less report writing and stuff like that. So you're not going to stop crime. That's why we have cops.
Yeah, that's never
You're
gonna
not
go away. Crime's been there
you're
since the
not gonna
beginning of time.
you're not gonna stop war and terrorism. That's why we have militaries.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's always gonna be people that have a different mind, different set of thoughts. I can't even think.
Exactly. Exactly. Some people just wake up and want to do bad. It's just the
Yeah.
way it is.
So did you were you deployed in the last 3 years that you've been on
No, I have
away?
not. My unit's set to deploy this year, but unfortunately, I'm not on that list. I got uh how do you say it? I got chosen to stay behind and make sure that our unit still is able to run.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're like a unit of 400. I think 200 or so are deploying. So
Well, that's
out of the 200,
good in
I'm
a
staying
way.
back. Yeah,
Well, that's good in a way. I mean, you get to stay home and still see your kids, so that's good.
yeah. It's good
Yeah.
and bad because all my homies are leaving, and
Yeah,
I'm just here by
yeah, that's what I
myself
was
now.
gonna say. Then everybody you've been around now they're all taking off, and
Yeah,
hopefully nothing horrible happens where they get to come back home.
facts, facts.
Yeah. How do you feel about the exit of I don't know if you can talk about this. Can you talk about it?
Really, that I cannot talk
Okay, never mind. Skip that.
about.
Anyways, so yeah, going back to the cop. I think some cops, it's like just this is just about the bad apples that I'm gonna say. It's some of them, but see, so even me thinking about it, what I was gonna say right now, I was like, all right, but there's a reason why behind it. I was gonna say some officers do take their job like way too serious, you know.
Yes.
But see, even when I said it, I was like, all right, but there's a reason behind that. It goes back to how people act towards them. Mm,
Well, yes and no, because you don't always have to be the extra. Like, there's some things that you can. It's they have the thing called officer discretion, right? You don't always have to write somebody a ticket. You can educate the public. You can let them know, hey man, I pulled you over for speeding. I'm not gonna write you a ticket, but right now I just saved somebody's life because God forbid you would have hit somebody at this high rate of speed, you could have killed them,
yeah.
right? So it's almost like a damn if you do, damn if you don't. If you don't write somebody a ticket, it's like, well, how come you didn't write them a ticket? How come you
Mhm.
didn't take them to jail? They were speeding. But if you do write them a ticket, you're an asshole. You're a
Yeah.
dick for writing
Yeah.
them a ticket. And it's like, well, you were doing 90 and a 45. How am I the asshole? You were speeding tremendously. You know what I mean? Now some cops do take it above and beyond and bend the laws way too much. right?
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, in the police world, there's no such thing as black and white. There is a gray area, and that's called officer discretion. Like you have the
Okay.
discretion whether or not you want to take somebody to jail sometimes.
Hey,
You know
how
what I'm saying? You
true?
don't always.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, no, go ahead. No, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, how true is it the once you've written the ticket that you can't say, all right, never mind then? How true is that?
So it depends. Well, now everything is on camera, right?
Of
So it
course.
all depends on the assessment. Like you could be doing 90 and a 45. That's criminal. That's a criminal
Yeah.
citation right there. You know what I mean? But you still have that right to say, even though it was criminal, man, don't worry about it. Slow down, man. Take it easy because you might be going home that night. You might be on your way home and you ain't trying to write a ticket or take somebody to jail. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Now, some things aren't things that you can look past, right? Cocaine possession, that's something that you can't look past because it's a felony. You can't be like, all right, bro, just throw it out the window. You know what I'm saying? So there's some things where that now will become that makes you crooked because now you're turning your face against the law when it's clearly a felony. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Somebody.
Something like that, you can't turn a blind eye to.
So,
Right?
so it all depends. Somebody speeding, you can let them go. Somebody not wearing their seatbelt, you know what I'm saying? That's discretion. You don't have to give them a ticket. You can educate them. Hey, man, you know why you wear your seatbelt, bro? To save your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or whatever the case may be. So everything doesn't have to be black and white. Or you broke the law, I'm going to do this. It's, no, man, I'm going to educate, bro. I'm going to teach kids that cops aren't bad. You know what I mean? Like, just because I pulled you over doesn't mean I'm looking to take you to jail. I pulled you over. Maybe I just want to have a conversation. You know, maybe you were doing something wrong and I just want to educate you, bro. Hey, man, slow down, man. This kid's running in the you speeding in my neighborhood, man. There's kids that are playing, bro. God forbid it's your kid. What if I was speeding in my patrol car and I hit your kid? Would you like it? No, right?
Of course.
Okay, then. So, you know what I mean? So always trying to let people know that there's two sides to the story. Just like you think that you don't do no wrong. Like there's two sides to the story. What if it was your kid?
Right.
What if this was happening to you?
People don't think about that, though. People don't think.
What if you were in my shoes?
Yeah.
What if you were pulling me over and I told you, fuck you, I don't want to give you my license and I don't want to put my hands where you can see them? What would you think?
You're
I'm hiding something.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Yeah.
What would you think? That I'm hiding something, that I'm keeping something from you. How come I don't want to lower my windows? Oh, you don't have the right. Like the whole push back and forth, that just heightens the awareness on the cop. Now you're aggravated. He's aggravated. It's never going to end well.
Do you ever deal with those people that drive around? They actually make YouTube videos about this. Those people that they say they don't have to have an ID because they're under a different law or some shit like that.
We've had to deal with them people before. Yeah, they're American citizens. They don't need an ID and stuff like that. They're like the true Americans, and it's their right to not talk to you, and they're up their window, bro. Like it's no need for it, right? Because what if there is something in your car? If I can't see inside your car because you got tints, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a reason I can pull you over for. Now, you know what I'm saying? Why'd you pull me over? Your tints are dark. You have illegal tints in your car. There's a solid reason to pull you over now. Now
what's
you have
illegal
to give me your
tint?
license.
What's an illegal tint? Because 5%. Oh, okay.
5%. You have 5% on your tints. It's illegal.
Okay. Does it vary through state?
Yeah, some states have it to where you can't have like no more than 15 in the front, no more than 30 in the back, or vice versa. So it all depends on the state laws.
Oh, okay. That varies.
But you know what I mean? Like the whole pushback, you know, like if I've done nothing wrong, and I've been pulled over, I've had a car before I had a Charger when I was younger on 22s. And this is when I was a cop, 21 years old. I had a Charger on 22s with 215s in the back. And I would go through my neighborhood, bumping my music. And I've gotten pulled over plenty of times. Yeah. Like I got pulled over plenty of times in my Charger, bro, at gunpoint because they couldn't see in my car because it was nighttime. Right.
Oh, that's
and
scary.
It was like, hey, bro, hey, my hands are up, bro. I got my weapon in my car. I got my badge, but I'm not gonna reach for nothing because you have your gun out.
Yeah.
And with all reasoning why you should have it out, right? You have it out because you don't know what's in the car.
You don't see who you're gonna talk to.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep my hands up. I'm gonna make you feel safe. It should be we should get to the point where we should make everybody feel safe. I want you to know that I want you to feel safe because I want to feel safe that you're not going to kill me for no reason. So here go my hands.
Yeah.
I'm not reaching for nothing.
Yeah.
I'm going to do exactly what you tell me to do. And sometimes cops don't give that concise, exact direction. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you got to tell people, hey, man, I want you to grab your left hand and open that door. Don't use your right. I want your left hand. You know what I'm saying? Or I want your right hand. So your left hand is out. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people, because they're nervous, they might do the left.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. Some people some cops aren't good at keeping people calm though. They'll make it more nervous.
So as a cop, you got to understand that this might be the first time they get pulled over at gunpoint. It might be the first time they might have, you know what I'm saying? So whatever it may be, you have to be understanding. Everybody has to be understanding is the key. And if we're not, if we're all just sitting out there going, oh, well, because I'm a cop, my chest is big, and you're beneath me because you're not a cop. Hey, listen, that's not going to work.
Yeah,
That's why we have the problems we have now. It's the battle between good versus evil, or who wears the badge. I'm superior than you because I wear a badge. No, you're not, bro. Because without the uniform, man, you're just a human like I am, bro. You put your pants on like I do. Look, you work construction. I'm in the army, bro. We're no different, bro. You do a service like I do a service.
Yeah,
without you, I wouldn't have a building to work in.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Like your job is not less important than my job. Just because I serve for the country, bro, you build the country. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we belittle each other's talents and jobs for no reason, bro. Like my grandfather is a construction worker his whole life. My father was a construction worker. So I have the utmost respect for these people because I know what they go through. Not everybody wants to sit outside in the sun all goddamn day long. Piki palo. Well, that's heavy. That's heavy duty.
It sucks sometimes. Yeah, it does.
You know what I mean? But it's the appreciation. My house was built because somebody works construction.
Yeah, it's all parts of pieces of the puzzle, you know.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So we got to learn to love one another and how one another works. We all need each other and each other needs everyone. Like, I don't understand why we get all this hate, bro. If we could just spread more love, I think the world would be a lot better. Like,
definitely.
But we're so divided because of what someone says.
We need to get to a point where we understand each other. And I think that's the root of all the problems, that we don't understand each other.
We don't understand each other. We don't speak the same languages. Because you speak Spanish, I speak English. I don't understand you. It makes you different. It makes you less of a human than I am. No, we're just different languages. Okay, so how can we communicate together? Let's point at shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. What are you trying to tell me? Let's figure it out. But we're not willing to figure it out. We're just gonna get mad and you're not American. Get out of here. You speak Spanish. Come on, that's not the answer. You know what I mean? It should be like, man, you don't speak the language. Cool. Let me help you out because you don't speak the language and I do. So let's figure this out together. And I think that's what humanity needs, man. Humanity needs to just come together and accept that we're all different. And it's okay to be different, bro. It's okay to be Salvadorian. It's okay to be Puerto Rican. It's okay to be Colombian. It's okay to be proud of your roots. It's okay not to be born here and live here. It's okay to be born here and live somewhere else. Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
But we don't.
That needs to be normalized.
Yeah, like we're not normalizing being different.
Yeah. Yeah.
We look at it as oh, you're not Puerto Rican, bro. I can't talk to you, bro. You're not. You don't understand my race. Yeah, dude, bro. Relax, bro.
Right. Hopefully that's the next change. Hopefully that's the next step. You know, understanding each other, and that's what it seems like it is with the internet. Obviously, like everything becoming almost unanimous to being into English. Because if you think about it, people in China speak English. People in Japan speak English, and all those different countries. What's the language that people look for? It's English.
But we're the only country that forces you to speak our language, right? So if you go to China and you speak English, you can't tell them no, speak English. No, that's not how that works. You're in my country. You speak whatever we speak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the China, they understand that, okay, if I go to America, I'm going to learn their language out of courtesy because I want to be able to communicate with them. We feel like everybody has to learn English because we're, you know what I mean? And no, bro. If you go to Colombia, I hope you speak Spanish because them people is not going to talk to you in English.
Yeah.
They're going to speak to you in Spanish.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Hopefully that becomes the neutral language where everybody's going to speak English. You know, but unfortunately, it's like you're gonna learn English because you're gonna learn English. It's not because you want to learn.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just like something else they're forcing right now. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Just like something else that they're forcing right now, right? So we all don't have an opinion. It's almost like we don't live in a free country anymore. It's almost like it's being dictated.
It's starting to feel that way, you know. But the way I see it is like, I gotta eat, man, and it's like going back to following the laws. Like sometimes they're there for a reason, but other times they're there for like what? You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
Yeah. I have you said you went into the department 21. You said? Did I get?
At 21 years old, yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. I have a cousin he's turning 18 in September. So yeah,
Okay.
September, and he wants to join. And so his mind is said that he's going. He already graduated high school, so his next step is wait till he's 18 to start going to the academy. So somebody starting like that, what do you think his expectation would be?
Um, Expectations should be just to be open minded. Like, cause the wonderful thing about being a cop is that there's different people, bro. Like, there's whites, there's blacks, there's Latins, there's Asians, there's you learn from all different cultures,
Mm-hmm.
right? But the laws are the laws, right? The laws are the same no matter who's enforcing them, right? We're all
Right.
different. We all come from different backgrounds. So understanding that the brother to the left or the sister to the left of you are there to be with you, right? So expect that it's going to be a gruesome, whatever, however long. Like when I did the academy, it was 6 months, whatever it may be. He's got to be dedicated, or she, I'm not sure, is it a boy or a girl?
As a boy.
He's got to be dedicated to that craft. Like he's got to be willing to not hang out on the weekends and not go out and focus on that 100%. So
Mm,
that way you can give everything you got, because energy goes where energy flows, right? And if you're
right.
half-assing what you're trying to do, especially if he wants to make that a career, to be the best that he can be, it's just to give it all he's got, right? And the police academy is going to throw different things at you. Every academy is different, but it's definitely life rewarding because you get to see different scenarios, and they'll watch different videos, and what went wrong on different traffic stops, and how cops are killed in the line of duty, and how people are killed in the line of duty, and how the effect of your mind and that split decision that you have to make, how
Mhm.
that affects you now and in the long term.
Right. Right.
Because
Yeah.
it's not just, oh yeah, for the most part, some cops go 20, 30 years and they never have to pull out their weapon. In the 6 years that I was a cop, I never had to actually shoot my weapon,
So
right?
it's
So
a very low minimum of cops that do actually have to use their
mm,
weapons, huh?
exactly. For the most part, there's other
Yeah.
tools on the belt, right? The Batman belt has other
Okay.
tools that you can use. It's not always going to be resort to deadly force.
Yeah.
So just him
Is it,
understanding that, to
it
soak everything up and
right?
then make a rational decision.
Right. What's more accessible in your belt? Is it the taser or your actual gun?
It depends on the situation that you're in. It doesn't matter. They're all going to be accessible to you
But
at the same time. It's just a matter of what hand's dominant.
say you're
All that matters
right-handed.
is
Like
if you're right handed,
where would you put where would you put the taser on your left or your
on the
right?
opposite on the opposite side,
This
because your weapon's going to be on your right.
Oh, okay. All right. I was just wondering like how do
So
they
it's
so it
always
just
on.
depends on the officer then.
Yeah,
Oh,
so your
okay.
weapon obviously goes with your dominant hand. So I'm left-handed, so my weapon will go on my left hand. My taser goes on the right side, so I can reach with my left and use it.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, obviously, right? Cuz you need the gun to be there ready as well as the
Yeah.
taser gun. Yeah. Yeah. Do you think 6 months is enough training though? Did you think it would
It
more be needed?
may so it's I guess it's by case basis, because yeah, we can make it a year. We can make it a year. My military training is only 3 months. I don't think that's enough, but
Uh,
it's enough in the army.
okay, hold on. I'm glad you brought that up. But the training from the arm from your military army to your academy training, what's what's the difference between the level of what's hardest?
I would say the military academy is more grueling on the body and on the mind.
Okay,
The
what about
police academy is the police academy is more grueling on the educational part. So they do cram a
okay?
lot of shit into a little bit of time. So
Mm,
with extending the police academy to maybe a year be a little bit better, I would think so. So that way you can really understand and dig into the laws and all the things that you have to enforce as a police officer, right? Maybe get into some more deadly force situations and understanding how to make split-second decisions. Maybe you can weed out more people that way, because you can fire somebody in the academy from what they do, how they respond to stuff. You know what I mean? So maybe that would work in the long run, right? Making a longer academy, more stressful, strenuous activities
mm-hmm.
to get to see how that person would react in that type of environment. Some
Mm,
departments use simulation rounds, right? They don't use fake guns. They use guns that actually have rounds in them that are like paintballs,
uh-huh.
and they'll put you in a real scenario and they really shoot at you, and so that way they can see if you're gonna fight or flight. Because I don't need a guy that's next to me, if he's getting shot at, who's gonna sit behind his car and not shoot back. I need somebody that's gonna shoot back with me.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
right,
So
can
that
have your
that that
back.
type of stuff, gives you an understanding of how people react to certain situations. You getting shot at, everybody's tough until bullets are coming down range, right? And now once you're getting shot at and you hear the now you're like, whoa, this is real. You know what I mean? Like, how am I going to use my training now to
Right.
assess the threat, to neutralize the threat?
Right. You know,
Um,
now that you brought
Go ahead.
you said guns. I've shot a gun, a shotgun, and I don't even know something 16. I don't know guns. I'm sorry. You're probably gonna be like,
Oh, M16. You probably shot an M16
yes,
or
yes.
AR-15.
No, M16. Yes.
Okay.
But those things are guns are scary. Like, I mean, I
Yes.
like guns, but I have a lot of respect. I don't have any. I wish I could. I want one, but I have a lot of respect for him. When I shot the handgun, it was a I don't know what kind of gun it was. I'll just call it handgun because I really don't know. When I shot it, I got scared because those things shoot before your finger is even before your finger the trigger is all the way to the back.
Mm-hmm.
That really scared me. I was like, wait, I was expecting to pull the trigger and shoot, but no, it's just pull and shoot at the same time. There's like
Yeah.
no lag, and I was like, this is not a video game no more. What the hell?
Yeah. And it's almost like they teach you that in the academy. They teach you that when you shoot, you're supposed to. It's supposed to scare you a little because you're not supposed to be able to jerk it and feel it because now what you're doing is you're fucking with the recoil of the weapon, and you could have possibly shoot somebody because you're jacking the gun. You're supposed to just pull until it scares you. Now, if you're in a shootout, obviously you're just pulling the trigger. You're not waiting for it to scare you. You know what I mean? But it's not also you just pulling it. Is it gonna? Oh, okay, there it goes. You know what I mean?
That was me.
So you're pulling the aim, and then eventually it'll pop, and then that's when you realize, okay, boom, and then muscle memory will get you to understand how far you're pulling back on your finger, and once I get to this point, it's gonna pop. Like I'm firing off rounds.
Yeah, they're fun though. I mean, I'm not gonna say
No, I
no.
mean, I don't have a gun now, bro. The only reason why I ever carried a gun was because I was a cop, and then because my wife, I always had an off-duty weapon, so she can have one at home. Because having a police car in front of your house sometimes isn't the best thing, right? Everybody wants to be a cop until you see a cop car in front of your house, and now they're shooting up at your car, especially when the incidences like George Floyd goes on, and you got a patrol car sitting in front of your house. Now you no longer want to tell people you're a cop.
Yeah, now you become a target.
Right now,
Your house becomes a target.
now being a cop is not cool anymore, right? Because
Yeah,
they're
unfortunately.
out here bashing cops and messing up their units and stuff like that. So it's a catch-22, right? Like you're proud of the profession to an extent because as soon as something goes wrong, you're like, nope, I work for FedEx. Well, I'm a UPS driver. You know what I mean? Like, nope.
I have nothing to do with that.
I sell shakes for a living. I do Herbalife.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, you brought him. I'm glad you brought it back again to that because that's you're talking about everything I want to ask. As far as health, they don't push that a lot in the academy or in the army or anything like that.
So you have to pass the PT test to come out of the army, right? To get out of basic training, you got to pass the PT test.
Right
Now, we're supposed to pass the PT test every year. Due to COVID restrictions, it's not mandated every year. Mm-hmm. It hasn't been mandated in the last 2 years. So that kind of gives people a little leeway to do whatever they want, maybe get out of shape, not eat as healthy as they want, not work out as much as they want. Same thing for the police world. In the police world, once you pass your PT test to get in the academy, you no longer have to pass a PT test ever.
So that's why you see a lot of fat police officers.
Notice that the SWAT teams, majority of them are in shape.
Oh yeah,
them motherfuckers work out every day. That's their full-time job, to work out and
wait for the call.
They have to be in the best shape of their lives, right? So should cops, because if you're chasing somebody that might have shot my kid, I want you to catch him. I don't want him to get away because you're out of shape.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how the cops should think. That's how the military should think. You know what I'm saying? If one of my partners gets shot, I don't want that guy to get away.
You gotta catch him.
Bro, like like we got to be able to catch people. Like, I'm sorry. Like, that's why we're here to protect and serve.
Mm-hmm.
I can't protect you if I can't run fucking half a mile in uniform.
How many pounds does that all weigh?
It depends. Some duty belt, my duty belt weighed like 10 pounds.
No, but I'm saying, like, I'm pretty sure, like, the uniform itself has got to be heavy because it's got to be a tough material.
Yeah. No, the uniform, believe it or not, is as light as possible. It's the duty belt that's heavy. And now some departments are getting to where they're letting the cops wear sneakers because it's more agile for them to work in. in sneakers. But also, it's also dangerous now because you don't have steel toe boots, whatever the case may be. If you hurt your foot, now you know what I'm saying, you bang your foot on something while you're running.
Or you're
So
chasing
it's
somebody, a nail gets stuck in your foot.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's pros and cons. You know what I mean? Like pros and cons to everything. So
Yeah.
it all depends. But no, unfortunately, there's not a fitness requirement once you get out of the police academy.
They
In the
should
army,
be.
in the military, yes. In the military, there's an annual fitness requirement, but there's a minimum and a maximum.
Yeah.
Majority of the people just go for the minimum. So
Oh,
the minimum
unfortunately.
is like you can I barely made
You're
it. All right,
finding
yeah, I
the
made it.
easy
Then I'm
way
going back.
out, right?
Yeah, yeah. So
They don't like a challenge. Well, Carlos, man, I really appreciate you giving me this opportunity to have this conversation with you.
no, man, I appreciate you, bro. If anybody that asks me to do anything, bro, to support them, bro, by all means, bro, I'm here.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Thank you again for giving me the this conversation. I learned quite a few things that I didn't know about becoming an officer, and we barely even touched the health, right? We only stayed on it for like 20 minutes or so. But
That's
that
fine.
doesn't matter. It's all good. I really appreciate you, man. And again, thank you for giving me the opportunity. Please send me all your links so I can put them in the description of the episode. And
Okay, cool. We'll do.
Yeah, and go ahead and plug anything you like to say.
So if you guys want, yeah, you guys can follow me on TikTok. It's Mr. 430. My Instagram name is it's Mr. 430 underscore, and then my Snapchat name is it's Mr. 430. When you're done posting it, let me know so I can put it on my Instagram as well too. So that way I give you a shout out and
It goes up
some of my
tomorrow.
followers can follow.
It'll go up
All
tomorrow
right, cool.
morning at 6 a.m. at my time, California time. Yeah.
So that's 8 a.m. my time.
Yes, of course.
All right, cool. Appreciate
Right.
it, my man.
Yeah,
I
man.
appreciate everything you did.
Hey, not a problem. I really appreciate you again. And any other time you want to do this again, send me an email. You have my email now, and we can schedule something, another conversation. Even if it's about nonsense, it doesn't necessarily have to be about what you do. I just like I like doing this. I like having this conversation. I was saying last time that I wish I could do this in person with people because it would be more. We'll connect more with the conversation, but
Yeah,
we'll work with what we can for now.
that's for sure, man. That's what's up, man. Keep doing your thing, bro.
Thank
I can't
you,
wait
man.
to see you grow more and more.
Oh, that's the goal, to grow more and more, man. I appreciate it.
All right, man.
Thank you. And that's that, ladies and gentlemen, a non-binary. Wow. So I thought this conversation was gonna go with with talking about health, but it didn't go that way. We learned new things about police officers and what it takes to be there, but like as you see, that was fun. I really enjoyed my friend with Carlos. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. So again, this is our 2 cents with Oscar, and please subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit that follow button everywhere else. And that's it for today. Thank you. Deuces.